Hello, hello, hey. It's been like couple days since I last. I don't know. It's been like a day or like 2 days. I don't really remember. Um, Today was kind of strange. Um, I don't know if you could tell by the title, but I went to church for the first time in like 3 years. Um, and when I say church, I mean Mormon church. So little tidbit, little lore, little background story. I grew up Mormon, LDS as they prefer to be called nowadays. I forgot they changed it to something else. I think they prefer Latter Day Saints over Mormon now. But I was born into the church. Grew up, got baptized, and then I left when I was 16, 17, somewhere around there, my junior year of high school. And I just haven't been back since. I went because my uncle had a baby, and he had a baby blessing, so we went and showed up as like support. But it's weird. It was weird because I don't have like I I kind of resent the church, um, just because my parents, um, I never had a choice. When you're born into something, you're you're expected to 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 be in that environment, right? For like forever. um, so being born Mormon is kind of sucks, because you're expected to just sit down and take it and eat it and drink the Kool-Aid, and if you don't, um, you're looked at as if you're a crazy like sociopath, not sociopath, but just like a crazy person. At least that kind of like my experience. My brother was the first person in our family to leave, and then I left. And then with the recent political cycle, my parents have not really been attending because a lot of the people in our Mormon ward, like a ward is like a group, it's like a congregation. Um, a lot of people in the ward are super political, and they conflate politics and religion. Um, which I think if there is like a I don't know, I feel like Jesus doesn't really like he doesn't really vibe with politics. I have a whole I have a I have a whole thing, but just going today was really strange because I thought I would hate it. I thought I would like resent it, but it was, in a way, it was kind of weird. It was like I miss it almost. The sense of like community. Um, because right, we've never been to this ward. This was a different ward. We show up and everyone's like shaking our hands and like saying good morning. It was very strange. I felt like it was like we were zoo animals, and everyone would just come up and like, good morning, good morning, good morning. But at the same time, it was kind of nice. It was kind of nice being in an environment like that. And it kind of made me miss it. But at the same time, it's like I miss it, and then I have to think about like all the crazy shit that Mormons do behind closed doors in the temple, and then it's like, right, like this isn't a cult. um, and if you're, I don't know, if you are a Mormon, if you are LDS, I don't hate you. I don't like I said, I don't resent people who choose to believe in any religion, right? I just would like to challenge you to open your mind. um, right? If you have questions about your faith and you ask a leadership figure in your faith, and the leadership figure doesn't, like, they point you to your book, right? So whenever we had questions about like religion or God, you go to like the bishop or your teacher, and they would point back to the Book of Mormon, right? So it's just a cycle. You're in an echo chamber. You don't actually, no one's, no ideas from the outside are penetrating your circle of information. Um, and my detransition from, I mean, I never was into church since I could remember. I just didn't like it. So it wasn't very hard for me to be like, okay, well, this is all pretty whack and I want out. But if you believe in something, you should be challenging it and delving into sources that don't support what you believe in, right? You need to, like, I guess, expand your horizon, get a broader picture instead of just being in an echo chamber of, oh, I have a question, so I'm going to look in the Book of Mormon because there's going to be an answer. Of course there's going to be an answer. Look somewhere else. Go read the CES letter by that one guy. The CES letter, for those of you who don't know, is this giant letter written by I want to say he was a part of he might have been like higher up in the Mormon church. I don't really remember. He might have just been like an ex-member, but he wrote a giant letter pretty much pointing out every single contradiction in the Book of Mormon, and like the history of the church in general. And as far as I remember, the leadership pretty much just was like, well, he's wrong. Well, none of that is true. Well, right? They just kind of like saw it, and we're just like, whomp, out the window. We're just not gonna address it. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm aware, which is another thing that really pushed me over, right? I would like to say I believe in God, right? I believe in a God or God. I wouldn't say a God. I would like to think that there is something after death, right? I would like to believe that there is something there, right? Something that's put us here for maybe a reason other than just to like live and figure stuff out. And I think if there is a higher being, right? If there is a God, I feel like if he's a just, and I don't, like, when I say he, I just mean it, right? It's like a creature. God is a creature. I don't think God's a dude, a woman. It's a creature. It is a thing. If there is one, I feel like if they are like the omniscient, omnipresent being, they wouldn't really care what religion you believe in as long as you live a good life, right? And I guess good is technically not arbitrary, but it depends on I guess how you've been raised, right? Because if you're in a culture where I guess different things are like normalized, that's just normal to you, and you will live that life according to what's normal, right? So I guess good is subjective based on where you've been born and where you grow up. But I feel like as long as you don't kill anyone, right? You don't commit like heinous acts. What those heinous acts are, I don't know. I'm just a guy. Okay, I can't determine that. Which is why I think a lot of religion is a farce, because we're all just people. We're all just humans. I don't think anyone can say anything about anyone else, and be like, yes, I am the final word on that. Because you're just a person. You're just a person. As long as you live like a good life, and like I said, good is subjective. I don't know what good is. I have a general idea of what I think good is based on like how I've been raised, and how I've been raised is very Christian, very Mormon, and I still hold some of those pillars, right? As long as you live like that. I mean, why wouldn't you ascend? Ascend? I don't know. Why wouldn't you not be punished? If you're being punished just because you, I don't know. There's a lot of like arbitrary, stupid things I feel like religion has, where it's like, there's no way there's no way a smart, like godly being, right? Overarching being of the universe would put some arbitrary rule about, oh, well, if they don't follow and pertain to the rules of this one very specific religion that's only going to be here during a certain period of time during human history, then they're going to go to hell. That's not smart. That's not smart at all. That's stupid. That's a stupid God. Um, and if you have a problem with that, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, your God is dumb. He's not. He's not omnipresent. He doesn't know everything. Because why would he do that? Why would he doom a percentage of humanity to fail? I don't know. That's just my thoughts. And if you don't like it, then I don't. I don't know, man. I'm just rambling. I haven't made a video in like a day or two, so I was like, you know what? I might as well pump one out. I had a really strange journey with religion because I don't know. I was agnostic. I thought I was agnostic or an atheist for a bit, and I was like, you know what? There has to be a reason why all these people believe in something. And then another part of me is like, well, I think most life on Earth has an innate fear of death, right? Everything is afraid of dying. That's why animals try to live, right? You don't see animals just keel over and die. You shoot a deer, that deer's going to run, and it's going to run and try to live until it bleeds out because it's afraid of death. And I feel like humans are exactly the same. We're afraid of death. We just have a bigger brain, right? So we think more. And it's like, oh, well, I'm afraid of death, so maybe there's something after death. So then I don't have to be afraid of death. Maybe it's a coping mechanism. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a guy. I'm just a dude. I haven't taken any, I haven't read any books on like, would this be philosophy? I don't know. I haven't taken any classes. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy who thinks and plays video games and works out, and that's about it. Um, I don't know. Alright, that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. If you totally hate me now because I dogged on your religion or said something you don't agree with, that's fine, dude. I love you. I love you still. Even if you may not love me, I still love you. You may think I'm wrong, and I probably might be wrong. I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. I don't think you know. I really don't think you know. But yeah, thank you for watching. Okay,